People have realized that it is important to bring your emotions to work and how you're feeling on a particular day, and you might not always be feeling the best, and that is okay.
Wrongly or rightly, there's lots of negative stereotypes about black women being aggressive and angry and not necessarily, being able to handle their emotions when it comes to conflict in the workplace. So I've had to come up against that in my career, and it's taught me a lot about myself. It's taught me a lot about how I behave in the workplace and actually how I behave outside the workplace, and how a lot of that is dictated to by my interactions with people and fundamentally my race. And I mean, it's taken me quite a few years of therapy to be able to say that sentence out loud and not be ashamed of it.
I think being emotional in the workplace is something really associated with women, which is ridiculous because everyone has emotions. Like, I've been in situations where I've been called difficult or angry, or I've been taken to one side and I've been told that I'm getting too emotional about something, but I wasn't being angry, I wasn't being passionate, I was just getting a point across in a way that people perhaps didn't really like. And I feel that it's mainly older male bosses that would tell me that.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I do think as well, if it was a man who had been that passionate, which I think is probably maybe a better word to use, they wouldn't have received the same treatment. But I've definitely been called aggressive before and difficult too. I really like to see emotion. I also feel like I bring quite a lot of myself to work. And really encourage my team as well to be able to be themselves and to be able to talk about things that are bothering them or upsetting them. And if somebody cries, or if someone laughs, or if someone's angry, that's okay. In my eyes.
No, I agree. Like, how can you be a leader and not have emotion? Like, how can you not be angry about things going wrong? How can you not be excited when you win something? How can you not be frustrated? Like, if you're completely devoid of any emotion, then you're not relating to your peers or to the people that you manage.
In terms of expressing my emotions at work, whether they be positive or negative, I think I felt I was able to do that quite unfiltered. I don't feel like anyone was kind of judging me, but more so probably me judging myself. Like, in the moment, I'd be quite free to let it out, but then my worry a few days later is, oh, my higher up people are gonna see me as incompetent, or
have I said something wrong?
Have I said something wrong? Am I unreliable? Am I getting ahead of myself? Like, I can be really kind to myself in the moment, but like a few days later, I'll just be worrying what people are kind of saying.
I guess that like self-doubt really like lays in. Like when you're questioning your own, like whether your behaviour is like appropriate or like your response is appropriate.
Women that get senior that become very hard and become very, they're driven, but they kind of forget their emotions, and they kind of start to emulate this toxic masculine macho behaviour, because that's what gets them to the top. So there is a bigger problem there, and we have to unpick it and try and understand what it is. But it's just like, if you're bubbly or nice and empathetic in the workplace, whether you're a woman or a man, actually people don't respect you as much.
Being able to visibly show those emotions, if it is work related as well, or regardless of that, it shows you're passionate, it shows you care, and to me they're the sort of people that you want to bring into a business, or for me to, or who want to be friends with.
You know, being being a woman of color just makes it a lot harder to talk about your emotions, because I think even societally, within my culture, we're not really encouraged to talk about our emotions. So we grow up not being able to talk about mental health or not being able to talk about your emotions as openly as you would like. And then in the workplace, you obviously have the disadvantage of being a woman of color, which really adds another layer on top. So it's become very easy to label someone as an angry brown woman or an angry black woman.
This is tone policing, right? As well, it comes into it. So how you communicate what you're saying will very much be differently accepted based on how you're presenting it to someone, but also it's the person who's presenting it as well. Yeah. There's all these unconscious or conscious biases that come with it. There's so many layers to it.
Yeah, I think it has changed over the past couple of years, particularly after COVID, where talking about mental health and talking about how you feel is not necessarily considered as much of a taboo as it used to be, and people have realized that it is important and it is in fact encouraged to bring your emotions and bring your true selves to work and how you're feeling on a particular day. And you might not always be feeling the best, and that is okay.
Yeah, it's not like you have to leave your emotions at the door now when you come into a workplace.
I'm in the wellness ERG at work, and there's probably 10 people in there that I would never usually speak to.
Yeah.
And kind of communicating like where my head's at, what I feel like the company needs to be providing, what the people around me need to be providing, kind of opens your eyes.
Yeah.
And that is incredibly healthy, and I always feel like it's kind of, it leaves you feeling like a weight is lifted off your shoulders.
Which is great, because, I mean, how many people can say that they've got that in their workplace? Like,
you feel seen.
Yeah, exactly. And you feel, and heard, and like, you can relate to what other people are going through as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.